Welcome to SAT TV News. I am Larry LaRocque, your presenter. In our top stories, UWP calls on Dominicans to boycott National Youth Rally and National Day Parade. Trinidad hit by second earthquake within a week. US government employees head back to work. And in sports, Ray Charles Point Michelle won the first of 5 matches scheduled by the DFA for this week. Details of these will follow.
Music is life, you don't know. And I'm all set and ready to blow. I got some places up there I wanna see. It's gonna be irate, yeah. So put your hand in the air just for me. I want it up for the world to see. Cause I wanted you and me's a fire. I'll bring the flame. It's gonna be irate, yeah. Boom, this is Mr. Nye, and you're listening and watching SAT Telecoms. Boom!
Welcome back. Patrons who will attend the 11th Lime Crawl in the park are being urged to be on their best behavior, as the police will work with a zero-tolerance attitude towards criminality and breaches of the peace during the event's activities. Superintendent of Police David Andrew explained the police will conduct foot and mobile patrols while ensuring parked motor vehicles are secured.
To this end, the public is hereby informed of the following security arrangements to cover the venue security, which is at the Botanical Gardens, and the traffic control in the Botanical Gardens and around its periphery. The venue security. Entry to the venue, that's the Botanical Gardens, will be allowed on presentation of a valid ticket or pass. Having presented the ticket, patrons will be screened, they will be searched in the person, their bags, their equipment and receptacles will also be searched. Once that is completed and we are satisfied, we will provide you with an armband which will give you entry into the Botanical Gardens. We want to advise the public that no firearms will be allowed, even if it is a licensed firearm. So you are advised that you should leave your firearms at police headquarters, some police station, or some other place of safety.
No weapons or objects that can be used as offensive weapons will be allowed into the Botanical Gardens, nor will smoking and unauthorized vending be permitted at the venue. Homeowners planning to attend the event are urged to ensure that their homes are properly secured and inform neighbors of their departure and possibly leave a light on.
We also advising motor vehicle owners who will be parking on the periphery of the venue to, when they are leaving the vehicle, ensure that it is properly secured. Most importantly, they are advised not to leave exposed any items, articles, or equipment that may attract would-be thieves. So if we do that, we can help them and they can help us to ensure crime-free activity. I spoke to and alluded to earlier on no offensive weapon. And I just want to go to the screen at this time where I will highlight some of the items which we picked up a few years ago at Creole in the Park. And we are saying to persons coming to the park that no cutlery will be accepted, everything will be disposable, because these cutlery, like forks and spoons, they are quickly adapted into offensive weapon by their certain ends being sharpened to be a blade.
He went on to advise the public on the items not permitted at the event.
No spanners will be allowed. All vehicles would be checked and be safe, so do not bring spanners to repair any vehicle inside the compound in the venue. All clothes will be built. No tailors or seamstress would be allowed, so do not bring in scissors. All grapefruits will be peeled. All fruits will be already prepared, so do not come with knives. Yes, no matches, because we are no smoking zone. No lighters, because it's a no smoking zone. It's not going to be a school day or school activity in there. So we are advised, do not bring dividers or compasses in there. As you can see on the screen, dividers are there as well as compasses. They will not be allowed. And importantly for the ladies, last but by no means least, is they are not to carry in their bags nail files. These nail files can be quickly converted to dangerous and offensive weapons. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much, and we hope that we'll all cooperate.
In more news, Nelson Mandela once said, "Education is the most powerful weapon which you can use to change the world." On Wednesday, October 16th, at the DSC, Dominica State College's lower campus in Stock Farm, 364 graduates, the largest in the college's history, certified themselves with that weapon. In an address to the graduates, Dr. Donald Peters, president of the Dominica State College, noted, "In today's knowledge economy, a college education is absolutely essential to succeed in this global village."
If you are prepared to work and work hard, and this afternoon I will talk to you about work, because work is not something that our country has learned to do very well. We look at the Chinese among us who delivered this college on time, on August 21st, when they said they would, through strategic work plan and work ethic, and we marvel at them. We don't emulate them. We just look at them and we say, "Boy, those Chinese can work hard, we boy." I want you.
According to Dr. Peters, if you want to lead the people, you should first educate yourself, embrace ethics of work, and do not be afraid to start from the bottom. This is a time when our country is in need of professionals with new ideas and energy to run our agriculture and tourism industry, he added. Dr. Peters asked the graduates to do less talking and more doing, drawing reference to the Dominica Labour Party administration and the work they have been doing in progressing the country. Meanwhile, Dr. Shyla Esprit, a scholar of Caribbean literature and cultural studies, called on the graduates to suspend their disbelief and to create, destroy, and rebuild, and to protect their professional and personal lives, as well as emphasize with those who are not as fortunate. Honorable Justina Charles, who represented Education Minister Honorable Peter Seja, also addressed the gathering and urged the graduates to think outside of the box and demonstrate initiative.
Despite all physical, structural, and infrastructural changes that may be implemented within the education system, you must also play a part in the reform process. Those of you who will be seeking employment, it is imperative that reform takes place in your attitude towards work and in your attitude at work.
Valedictorian was Mr. Denzel Westerguy, who also received an award for high-performing student with co-curricular activities. Academic and faculty awards were also presented to deserving individuals. Jelani Robinson received the Sports Personality of the Year award, while the Business Club was awarded Club of the Year. Dr. Donald Peters thanks the government of Dominica for funding the college and looks forward to their continued support. In other stories, with the high volume of traffic expected to significantly increase during the 4 days of the Creole in the Park beginning on Monday, October 21st, the Polish Traffic Department have made a number of traffic diversions to accommodate the smooth flow of traffic. Assistant Superintendent of Police Patrick St. Albert says these traffic diversions are also put in place to ensure pedestrians can move safely during the event.
Traffic coming from the Bath Estate, Emsall area won't be able to go straight down Bath Valley Road. So as such, they'll be required to turn right onto the Link Road or left towards the Emsall area. So there'll be limited access to traffic only accessing Josephine Gabriel area. So as you can see, there's a limited access, or local access only. Now, traffic access in Valley Road, from Valley Road, there'll be no entry of Valley Road towards, on the east, going east, no entry. So as such, we'll allow the pedestrian to move safely with no hindrance. Boys Avenue, as you know, that Boys Avenue, that small lane, that small avenue, what they call it, there'll be no entry. No traffic will be allowed to enter this Boys Avenue. As such, there'll be no parking in Boys Avenue. Windsor Lane, that's a little lane between at the top of Boys Avenue, below this public service building. We normally have the one spare loader bus stop. This bus stop will be temporarily moved towards Bath Road. So as such, there will be no parking and also no vending. As we know, vendors normally set up stalls there. They will not be allowed to vend on the small lane.
Mr. Albert also gave more information as it relates to the traffic diversions.
Now, as I said earlier, the Mon Prosper loader bus stop will move temporarily to Bath Road area between the Convent Prep and Hara Agency. No entry, Virgin Lane. If you can look from the western end of Virgin Lane, from 6 p.m., no traffic will be allowed up Virgin Lane, going east. As such, we'll have the patrons be able to walk across, and then even more so, you'll be able to accommodate vehicles coming from Bath Road into Virgin Lane. So vehicles won't be allowed to go down Bath Road from Virgin Lane area. They'll be all required to turn left into Virgin Lane, and then allow the pedestrian to walk safely. Or if you know that's Botanical Garden, there'll be limited access, only to allow people working in the gardens. And then from 12:30 each day, we know that people normally collect the children at the Botanical Gardens. And as such, we'd only allow limited access to these people from 12 to 2 each day. And as I said, Valley Road, there'll be no parking on Valley Road, no parking from Bath Road to the intersection of the Emsall Link Road. And as you can see, limited access to the main gate of the gardens. Now, if you look at that, there'll be a VIP entrance on so these people will be limited. They'll be able to enter the local access and access this northern gate, the upper northern gate, because there are two gates, one lower and upper. So going to the old pavilion building, there'll be a VIP entrance. And the Link Road, since we'll be diverting most of the traffic to the Link Road, so there'll be no parking on the Link Road.
The public is hereby advised to ensure they are aware of these traffic adjustments to ensure the smooth operations of the job of the police during Creole in the Park. In other news, the UWP United Workers' Party is calling on Dominicans to boycott the National Youth Rally and National Day Parade to peacefully protest the unconstitutional swearing-in of former Minister of National Security Honorable Charles Savrin to the post of President of Dominica.
Mr. Savrin was dictatorially imposed as president, with the guns of the police turned on the people, just in case we wanted to exercise the democratic right to assemble in numbers to tell our government that the unconstitutional appointment of an absolutely unsuitable person to the office of president was unacceptable. Both Mr. Savran and the Prime Minister, Roosevelt Skerrit, know the constitutional procedure for the appointment of a president, and both are aware of the sacred responsibility to select for the country's highest office a citizen with an unblemished reputation for honor, integrity, fairness, balance, and objectivity.
Mr. Linton is of the view that acting out of ill will, Mr. Savran and Mr. Skerrit are damaging the public's interest on both counts in a continuing pattern of anti-constitutional behavior. We cannot have Mr. Savran in the office from which we expect non-party representation for the entire nation, he explained. This is a risk to our democracy, he added.
In 1979, as a proud champion of the stone-throwing brigade that chased Sir Louis Cours-Latigue away from the presidency and made the lives of numerous Labour Party families a living hell, Savran claimed that he was standing for, among other things, the mandatory constitutional requirement of consultation with the leader of the opposition in the selection of a president. 34 years later, Savran colludes with Skerrit to accept the presidency through an unconstitutional procedure that ignored the consultation with the leader of the opposition provided for at Section 19(1) of the Constitution. As a person in public life, Savran, who boycotted the inauguration of former President His Excellency Vernon Shaw, has been persistently vindictive, irrational, and uncivilized, especially in his belligerent advocacy of severe state-endorsed punishment for those who express views that he does not like.
According to Mr. Linton, this is not a boycott of the independence celebrations. It is a principled people's stand for the Constitution against Mr. Roosevelt Skerrit, who again debased the Constitution to make an unacceptable presidential appointment. The UWP leader went on to say that by keeping our children away from the National Youth Rally on November 1st and staying away from the National Day Parade on November 3rd, we will send a clear message to the Prime Minister and the President against their disregard of the Constitution. In more news, one man has found himself in an unfortunate predicament following an incident on Wednesday, October 16th. Reports are that a police officer left his Toyota RAV4 Jeep in the care of a car washer on Cork Street, his way of earning an honest living. Shortly after, it appeared the individual was attempting to reverse the Jeep for reasons unknown when he accidentally reversed into a clothing store located on Cork Street. In the process, the Jeep collided with a parked Toyota Corolla car before coming to a stop halfway into the store. The car was damaged in the process. The entrance of the store was also damaged along with the Jeep. The total cost of damage is unknown. The incident also attracted a number of curious onlookers. In other stories, for over 25 years the WCK band has been the pioneers of bouyon music and is now looking to take that genre to the next level with the addition of a new member and the release of a new music video. One of the lead singers of the WCK band, Mr. Clint Henderson, explained the video was shot for one of their new songs entitled 767.
Basically, this video depicts a lot of Dominica culture. We sing on our lyrics based on the traditional, the Jinping, the party going, and that kind of a vibes where you love, especially visitors coming in and the diaspora Dominicans themselves coming home either for carnival or independence time.
Mr. Henderson highlighted that the concept for the song 767 came from a friend of the band, Mr. Peter Walsh, but it is something that all Dominicans are familiar with. He described the 2-day video shoot, which was filmed at various locations, as fun and professional. A new member of the WCK band, Mr. Edmond Telemac, also known as Chum Dada, says he enjoyed the video shoot particularly as it was a new experience for him with the band.
At the time, I was kind of locked up with my previous band and thing. So at the time I saw it feel like it could come through. So yeah, so I accepted the call and yeah, but the guys like my energy, they like my input.
The music video showcases various aspects of Dominica's culture and can also be used to promote the beauty of Dominica and its hospitable citizens for tourism purposes.
The music is a project the band has been working on for a few months, and they decided to hold it back for 2014, but this time is the right time to release that kind of beat. The flavor is a flavor from the real old school era, so that the people can maybe listen to and take on their own take and enjoy it. So that's basically it. We'll have to listen and wait till the people listen for themselves and make the judgment for themselves. But it's a real old school blend with the current singers, which is Deli, Chum Dada, and myself, Clint H. So they will want everybody to just listen and give their own account of what the song is all about, but it's an old school flavor we're trying to bring back for 2014 single.
The music video will be launched following this evening's news package and can also be seen on our local programming channel. It will also be available on WCK's Facebook page and on YouTube. And in court news, Victor John has pleaded guilty to possession, intent to supply and cultivation of cannabis, while his wife Idalyn John and son Shannon John both pleaded not guilty. The family of three was charged after police executed a search warrant on the defendant's premises at Sultan on Tuesday, October 15, 2013. According to the facts of the case presented by the prosecution, the defendant had presented them with a quantity of cannabis wrapped in a sheet and led them to a greenhouse about 100 feet from the dwelling house where 23 cannabis plants were planted. In mitigation before Magistrate Candia Judge, John's attorney Kondwani Williams told the court that the cannabis belonged to the workers of the defendant and he was very embarrassed by the incident. John was fined $1,000 for intent to supply cannabis, to be paid by 30th November 2013 or spend 3 months in prison in default of payment. He was also fined $1,000 for cultivation of the drug, to be paid by 31st December 2013 or in default spend 3 months in prison. There was no separate penalty for possession. The prosecution offered no evidence against the wife and son, and the charges against them were withdrawn. The street value of the drugs was $500. This has been the local segment of the news. Coming up next, regional highlights.